Hey guys, welcome to Knit in the Zone. I'm Jen and this is Belle and this is episode 38. Thank you so much to everyone who is joining me today. Welcome to new viewers and welcome back to returning viewers. This is a vlog about all things knitting, yarn, sometimes crochet, and sometimes some other random things too. Before we get started, I want to let you know where you can find me across all of the social media things. I am Nitty Gritty Vegan on Ravelry. You can follow me on Instagram. I have two accounts. I have one for my yarn shop, which is Train Track Fiber Designs, and I have one for Knit in the Zone, which is knit_in_the_zone on Instagram. You can get all of the clickable links for everything that I mentioned in the show at knitinthezone.com, and you can also go to my online fiber shop at traintrackfiberdesigns.com. I think that's everything. Oh, and I do have a Facebook page for Train Track Fiber Designs if you're interested in following it. Like I said, everything that I mentioned will be at knitinthezone.com, so you can, go get all the clickable links there. And I think that's everything. I think that's all the places you can find me. Yeah, I have my notes right there. So if you're new, that's what I do. I always put my notes right there and I look so I can make sure I tell you the right things. So anyways, I didn't vlog last week. I got really busy and I just didn't have time. So sorry, I didn't even do like a warning or anything. I usually try to tell you guys if I'm gonna skip a week, but it was really not on purpose. So yeah, I have a pretty good amount of stuff to talk about this week. I'm not stocking anything. I think the last two times I've vlogged, I told you guys I was on a stocking diet. I just have a lot of things that I already am working on and I want to make, so I don't want to, add any more to that right now. Okay, that's kind of a not whole truth. I'm not really stocking anything, but I did look at leg warmer patterns on Ravelry because I want to knit a pair of leg warmers for whenever I dance. I have a few pairs, but they're kind of worn out, and so I need to make a new pair. But those aren't anything really exciting because I just kind of make like the ribbed ones because they get ruined. So yeah, but anyway, so I have looked at that, but it's not really anything exciting to show. I do have a few works in progress. Let me put Bella over here. There we go. All right. I should have taken her collar off probably. So yeah, I have a few things I'm working on. I am making progress on Ooh La La still. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. So if you have watched in the past probably 2 or 3 months, I don't even know when I started this, you know about this project. So I have made progress since I showed you guys last time. So I have, hold on, let's undo it. So I do have 2 whole sleeves. I also have button band, and then I have the buttonhole band as well. So I have, wherever is that? So it's done as far as that goes. The only thing that's not done on this is I need to put the trim for the collar on. And hold on, I'm gonna take her collar off. Let me see ya. There we go. Much quieter now. All right, so the only thing I have to do now is I have to pick up a knit for the collar, which is actually this whole area because it goes part down the neck, and then I have to stitch the pockets together on this side because they're dangly, and then I have to sew buttons, and I actually have to choose buttons too because I haven't even done that. I have a lot of buttons that I would like to use, so I'm gonna look through my stash of buttons first, but then I may end up having to buy something, I don't know. But yeah, so I do have 2 whole sleeves and button bands since I showed you guys last. And then I actually did start picking up for the neckline or collar or whatever it's called. I don't think it's a fold over collar. I think it's just a plain collar, like a trim. But I did start picking up for that last week at one point. And then, I don't know, I picked up the right amount of stitches and everything was going fine. And then, so you pick up a knit and then you do your ribbing, on, I guess technically it's row 1 if you want to consider it like that. And then on row 2, you switch and you do like a little funky thing where they want you to yarn over and K2 tog every so many stitches. And whenever I did it, it messed up my ribbing count. And I don't know if that was a me problem or if I need to go look and see if anyone else has had that problem. I don't really know. But basically I wasn't feeling it, so I pulled it out because I just didn't feel like going back and looking honestly right then, because I'm working on something else that I'm really excited about, and I just figured I would let this rest until I'm ready. Because I probably have maybe 3 hours on this, including, you know, sewing buttons and all that. So maybe a little bit longer since I have to actually choose buttons. So anyways, that's what I'm working on with that. That's the progress I've made. If you are new, then I'm going to tell you what I'm using on it. So I have been using my Haya interchangeable set, size 6 US and 4mm needles. And then I've gone between a 60-inch cable and then, you know, of course, all the way down to like a 16-inch for my arms. I think this is a 40-inch possibly. I don't really know. 32-inch. Okay, I was way wrong. So this is a 32-inch cable. And I'm just picking up the neck with that whenever I get ready. But yeah, and then the yarn that I'm using is Madtosh DK Twist, and the color is called the Radness, and the pattern is called, what is it called? It's called Ooh La La, and it's by Joji Locatelli. So that's all the information on that pattern. I haven't mentioned the information in a while, so if you're relatively new, you may not know about it. But I will link the pattern as well as the yarn in the show notes at knitinthezone.com. The other thing that I'm working on, which you guys are very familiar with, but I've got a lot done, so it's worth showing. So I have made a lot of progress on my blanket, and one day I'll remember to unpin this before I show you guys. So I've made a lot of progress. I think last time I showed you guys, I had just barely started this row. Like it wasn't enough to tell what it was. So I've done all of these going this way. And then I've done these up here. So I'm gonna go through the colors really quick. And honestly, I don't know some of the color names, but I'm gonna tell you where I got them. So this is from the Knit Crate, the Knitology mini set. And I don't know if this is from August or September, but it's one of those. So anyway, that's that. This is a color from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is called Pumpkin. I don't know where this blue came from, but it's pretty. This is called Goblin, and this is from Train Track Fiber Designs. And it's really pretty in person. It's not really showing up that great on the camera, but it's orange and like a light green and purple. So there's that. This is from the Knitology mini set from Knit Crate. This is a fluorescent yellow from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is, gosh, I don't remember what the name of this is. This is Hawthorne from Knit Picks. And I think this might be Graffiti, possibly. It's one of their speckled ones, and it came out like 2 years ago. It was one of the first speckle sets they ever, or speckle colorways they came out with. They came out 4 to begin with, and this is the one that was pink, the pinker one of them. But I think, I want to say that that's called Graffiti. I'm not sure. This is Scully from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is, what? Let me feel before I lie. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what that is. I think that might be something for me. I think this might be Blue Jeans from Train Track Fiber Designs, possibly. That's bad, I don't know. I feel like it feels like the Knitology mini to me, but I'm almost positive that color didn't come in it. So anyways, I don't know. This is Buckman, I think. The color is called Buckman, and the yarn is Hawthorne from Knit Picks is their fingering. And then this that I'm starting right here, that is Fantastic, I think, from Train Track Fiber Designs. I don't remember really, but it is something I dyed, but I can't remember what I named it. All right, Bella's looking, so sorry about the snorts. And I do that. Don't lick your little fingers. She's gonna fuss at me. Funny thing about dogs, they fuss back at you, which is really funny. She didn't start doing this until maybe, I don't know, she was probably like 10 or 11, and she realized that she could like be like back at me, and she doesn't like growl at me, but she like looks at me and just does stuff back. She like, if I tell her not to do something, she'll look at me and like yawn and make like little weird noises. So anyway, so basically she's like, don't tell me nothing, girl. Anyway, probably really not what she says, but anyways. Sorry, that was totally random, but you know, it's life. So I also got some stitch markers to show you guys. These are from Nitty by Nature, and I have been using some stitch markers from her for a while in Progress Keepers. This is a lighthouse from a set that I got over the summer, but then I got a few new ones, and I'll show you two of them right here. So here's a little scarecrow. I don't know if you can focus or if you can see him, but he's a little scarecrow. And then I got a little pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern. The scarecrow, he is a progress keeper, so that means he has a clasp. He could also be a crochet stitch marker. It just depends, you know, what you want to use them for. But for knitters, I mean, you could put that on your needle, you know, and use it as a stitch marker too, but I use it as a progress keeper. And then I got this little jack-o'-lantern, and he actually is a, you know, a closed stitch marker. So that's my new stitch markers that I got. I also got a little corn cob, and then I got another one that I'll show you, if I remember, I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so those are from Nitty by Nature. I'll link her site on the show notes at knitinthezone.com. And then also, in case you're new and you want to know, I am working with a US size 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter needle. And this is on my Haya interchangeable set, and I'm using a 16-inch cable. And this pattern, this is the, what is it called? I think it's the Memories blanket from Kemper Way. Kemper, maybe her name isn't Way. It's not Kemper. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so it's a scrap blanket basically, and it's getting big. But yeah, so all you do is you actually, it's a free pattern, so I can tell you. All you do is you knit a mitered square. You start out with one mitered square, and then you just pick up on the edges, and then you make, you know, however many you want. And then you actually weave your ends in as you go, which is nice. I do need to go through and trim some stuff, but like everything's weaved in, so you don't have to actually go do that. So that's cool. And then it's just mitered squares, and they're pretty mindless. I always take this to knit group because it's so mindless and easy, and you can talk. The only thing that I would recommend if you do, you know, start up that pattern, definitely have a progress keeper, so you can well, you need a progress keeper and a stitch marker. You need a progress keeper to put on the front side of your work, because you do your decreases for your mitered square on the front side, but since it's garter stitch, you can't tell which is the front whenever you're starting. So just to save yourself like a crazy amount of, you know, trying to figure it out, just put a progress keeper on the front or on the side you want to do your decreases on, and then that way every so often as you add more squares you can just move that, and then you don't have to try to figure it out. After the first row, like the first row of squares, like the first, you know, however many you're going to attach, it does get easier to remember which side to decrease on. But because I am knitting this like and talking at the same time the whole time I knit it, I like to keep the progress keeper on the front of it so that I don't have to actually like think, I guess. Like it just makes it way easier to know, okay, I'm on this side, this is facing me, so I need to do my decreases. So anyway, that's my tip for that. It's been a super fun project. I am using sock yarn, so it's all fingering weight. I think I would like to reknit this. I'm gonna finish this one obviously because I like it, but I think it would be fun to make one with the mitered squares and do like even maybe bulky yarn or something that would go really, really fast. maybe worsted weight or something, just because it is such a fun project and it is so mindless. But if it was bigger, like if you use bigger yarn and bigger needles, it would go so fast and it would make a really good gift. Not that I really plan to give one to anyone, but it would make, you know, if you need a gift to knit a baby blanket or something, that'd be really fun. So that's my progress on that. All right, now I did start Speckle and Pop, which is the mystery knit along from Stephen West. And my chair is scrubbing the wall, so I'm gonna move out. All right, so I did start that up. I'm gonna show you guys, but before I do, if anyone is knitting it and you do not want to see clue 1, you don't want to see the progress on clue 1, go ahead and turn away. I'm not gonna say anything that would give any details away, so you know, you don't have to like mute it or try to skip forward. I will tell you whenever I put it back in the bag. So go ahead and turn away if you're a mystery knitter and you don't want to see the, you know, the first clue, because I've got quite a bit done. So I think that's probably long enough for people to have turned away. I don't know. All right. I am loving this so much. All right. And like I said, I'm going to kind of try to keep it verbally vague for anyone who's knitting it who doesn't want to know, like, you know, the progress on it. But this is what it looks like so far. And so you can see there's shaping. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep it vague in case there's anyone who's listening right now who doesn't want to know the, you know, the details of the clues. But you can see there's shaping. Obviously that'll kind of go down whenever we're done and blocked. But it does have a shape like what I'm holding up. And then there are colors, which I'm just going to hold it up so you can see. And I don't want to really say much about it in case anyone's listening who is making it. But you can see you do have some color changes happening. And then this is going to be the last color change up here that I'm getting into. And that last color change is on this. And I did use a kit from my shop. I used the China White kit. And I ended up changing one of the pops. I had a more muted pink, and then I changed for this hot pink after I got going. So that's that. And then I have one more thing to show. This is the other stitch marker from Knitty by Nature. It's just like vampire things, and this is actually a progress keeper. And then these were just plain stitch markers from her, which you can't really see them, but they're cute. So, all right, I'm gonna put that away so people can turn back around. Okay, it's up. Anyone who turned around, go ahead and you can see now. You can turn back and look. So I am going to talk about it, but I've put it away so I won't show anything. So I just want to say I love that pattern so much. The first clue was released this past Friday, which I think was the 29th of September. It was released overnight for me. I'm in the US, so it was released, you know, whenever I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was in my email, and I never knit in the morning when I first wake up. Rarely do I knit in the morning when I first wake up. But I was so excited about it. I went in my office and I wound up yarn and I cast on and I knit from like 7 o'clock in the morning until maybe like 9:30 or 10. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to work. So then I went and got a shower and worked and stuff. But then I knit more in the afternoon and I love it so much. It is so fun. Like I said, I don't want to tell anything in case anyone... First off, it's a paid pattern, so I don't want to tell too much anyway because, you know, you guys need to buy it if you want it. But anyone, I don't want to tell clues or anything, but anything that's funky in there, that's not just a knit or a purl stitch, Stephen West has included a video tutorial for anything that would be maybe not just a standard stitch or, you know, a standard decrease or increase or something. So that's super fun. And if you've bought the pattern, then you already know, you know, you have your clues. But it's great because whenever they send it, they just send you, or he just sends you, it's just a written out pattern. There's no pictures. So you totally have, you know, like the ability to keep it a mystery if you want to. And then like the help thread on Ravelry, there's no pictures included on it. But then like the spoilers thread and the video tutorial, obviously there's going to be pictures, but it's really cool. I did peek, before I got, you know, obviously I know what I'm doing now. Like I'm in, I'm in pretty good there. But I did peek at the clues just because I wanted to, but I like that they have it, you know, so you don't have to spoil it if you're, you know, some people like a surprise. I'm not big on surprises, really. I mean, I kind of, yeah, I like to peek. I'm a peeker. I mean, I'm the kid who would seriously cut the tape at Christmas, look at my box and tape it back so that nobody would know. So anyways, yeah, I'm a peeker. Like, I don't like surprises, like, anyway, but it's really pretty and I love it, and I love the colors I picked, and I love how they're playing together. It's super fun. I think Clue 2 will be released tomorrow, and from what you saw, you can't really tell how far I have, but I have 10 repeats of what you saw, which you could probably kind of figure out just from looking at what I showed you what a repeat would be, but I have 10 more repeats of that before I'm ready for Clue 2. So I'm really close. I think I'll be ready for Clue 2 tomorrow. I hope I am because it's released then, so I'm really hoping I'm ready. So anyways, yay, I love it so much. And I've never done a mystery knit along ever, and this is so much fun. If you've never done one and you've been on the fence, I would definitely recommend it. It's so much fun. Also, I've never knit a Stephen West pattern, and I really love how he's written his pattern. I love his video tutorials, and I love how it's all laid out. I've seen a lot of his stuff that's very interesting, but I've never actually, you know, done it. I've never actually knit one of his things. So anyways, I am a huge Stephen West fan now. Like, I was already a fan of his work because he has a lot of cool stuff, but now I'm a really big fan of like the actual pattern, and like, you just can't, I don't know. There's a lot of patterns out there that are great, but like his patterns are seriously amazing. The way, you know, just all the care that was put into that is awesome. So, all right. I think that's everything I have for you guys as far as works in progress and all that goes. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still working towards my Master Hand Knitter Level 1 certification. I'm almost done with it. I have the project, because you have to do several swatches and then you do a project. And so I still have my project to complete. I haven't worked on it that much. I kind of been spending time with Speckle and Pop. So I'm working on that. I wanted to show you guys some things that are in the shop. So I should have shown you whenever I had my shawl out, but I didn't. So I'm going to show you here. So one of the colors in my shawl, the middle color, if you were looking, it is called Searching for Oceans, which is this. And I decided that I would list them on my site because whenever I started knitting with it, I just love it so much. It was, you know, I mean, it looks really nice in that shawl, but whenever I was knitting with it, like every time I would get to a color change in it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty, you know, every single time. And I know I dyed it, but there's not always the case. I don't care if you're a dyer or not. Like every yarn you knit with is not going to just speak to you and be like, oh my gosh, I just love this every single time a color change happens on it. So anyways, I loved it so much that I decided to dye some and list them individually. And I've brought them in here on 4 of my bases for you guys so you can see. But yeah, so I have it on every base in my shop. So, and this is what it looks like. I love it so much. It's so pretty. If you can see the colors. I'm going to hold up just one so you can kind of see the... Okay, I have a little basket and it's falling all over the place. So, yeah, if you can see the colors. So it has some like purpley pinks in here. It has some yellows and greens. And then it has a really pretty like bluey purple right here. And this is called Searching for Oceans, and it is on traintrackfiberdesigns.com. I should have had a pop-up somewhere. There should have been a pop-up. that was showing you. But yeah, so if you're interested in purchasing them, go to traintrackfiberdesigns.com and get some. I do have it on a fingering weight, MCN, 100% wool, BFL, and a sparkle base. I'll show you the sparkles. I don't know. I feel like the sparkles doesn't show up as good in here. But this is on Starlight Sparks. And then I also have it on OG Sport, which is my sport weight yarn. So yeah, that's what I have. And I think that's everything that's like yarn and knitting. I did want to tell you guys about books too. So since my last vlog, I finished the Harry Potter book that I was listening to. I was reading, what was I reading? I was reading Living Dead in Dallas, so I finished that. I was also listening to The Devil in the Junior League, and I finished that, and that had an unexpected ending, by the way, but it's really good. Like, definitely, if you were interested in that, definitely check it out. And then now, what I'm listening to is, what's it called? Okay, I'm listening to a book. It's called Little Monsters, and it is a YA book, but I'm listening to that, like, whenever I'm, like, laying in bed at night. So I'm listening to that. And then I also started listening to Killing Jesus from Bill O'Reilly. That's obviously not a light and fun thing to listen to. So I'm not listening to that while I go to sleep because, number one, I do want to hear it because, I mean, it's historical and, like, I want to really, you know, like, get the information there. But also, like, that doesn't seem like something that's going to give me great dreams. So I'm not listening to that whenever I'm trying to sleep. But anyway, I bought that one on Audible, so I don't have to rush. But Little Monsters, I'm getting that from the library. And then the thing that I'm actually holding and reading is the new Charlene Harris book, which is Sleep Like a Baby. And this is part of her Aurora Tea Garden series. This was just released last Thursday. And, of course, I'm a fan of hers. So, yeah. But I was really excited because I actually got it. It was supposed to be delivered on Thursday because that was what they said the release date was, but then I actually got it on Wednesday, so I was so excited. So that's cool. This is the cover, and kitty cat, because we always most of the time have kitty cat in the books. So yeah, and then, I just noticed there's a kitty back here too. Anyways, but yeah, you know, I'm a fan of her work and stuff, so I like this a lot. And I'm glad that she continued on with this series because it had taken a break for a while. I think it was either last year that she released a new book for it, or it might have been the year before. I don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, I'm reading that and I'm liking it a lot. I'm that far in, so I'm about, I don't know, I would say maybe less than 50%. A little bit less, maybe like 45. But anyway, so I like that a lot. And then I don't think I have anything else to show you to do with anything that I normally show. But I did want to mention this. Okay, so this is the new scent from Pacifica. It's Himalayan patchouli berry. I am not a patchouli fan. Let me just go ahead and say that first off. Anytime I've ever, I mean, and I feel like people have a very strong opinion on that. Either you like patchouli or either you don't. And I've always been a person who I'm like, ew, I don't like patchouli. But this came out and I was at Ulta a few weeks ago and I saw that it was new. Honestly, I didn't even read what it was. I just smelled the little tester and I was like, oh my God, I love that so much, you know, and I was gonna get one. And then I saw that it was patchouli and I'm like, oh man, I wonder what other patchouli things that I've thought I wouldn't like and just not smelled. Oh wow, okay, I just totally ripped half my hair down. But anyways, so this is really nice. It's a really nice fall scent. I still don't feel like it's very strong with patchouli. I don't feel like it's very berry-y either, but it's really nice. It does have a nice fall scent to it. That's probably why they released it for the fall. But it is Pacifica, and they do have it in a spray bottle as well as a roller ball, which I always get the roller ball of these because I don't, even though I use their perfume, I don't use like a ton of perfume. I usually use their Malibu Lemon Blossom like all through the whole summer. That's my go-to scent. And I really like Pacifica because they're one of the few perfume companies that are not like, they use natural scents, so even though they do kind of wear off quicker throughout the day, but they're not stuff that give me a headache or make me have allergy problems, because I'm very sensitive to scents and things, especially artificial fragrance. Like, oh, I can't, my head feels like it's going to explode. So I like their stuff because they do use natural products or natural ingredients in their products, so I can use it and not feel like crap, basically. But anyway, so I don't remember how much this was. I was going to tell you, but I don't remember. I want to say maybe 14 bucks. It might have been 20. That's a big difference. I don't know. Anyway, but I found it at Ulta. I know places like Sprouts sell Pacifica too, and Target and things. I don't know if Target sells their perfume though. But anyways, so yeah. I think that's everything I had for you guys. I've showed you my markers, showed you my projects. La 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 la. Oh, other thing I should mention. This is back like a few minutes ago. On the Stephen West Speckle and Pot knit along, I did not get gauge with him. I think he called for a size 4 needle, and I think I went up to a size 5. And I still didn't get gauge. My gauge is still a little bit smaller, but I didn't want to go up too big because they don't show you all the clues, and so I don't know what we'll be doing in the future. And if we do something like, I don't know. So this is just a complete guess. So I'm not spoiling anything for anyone. I'm just going to say, if we do like brioche or something, like, and you have it on a bigger gauge, then it might look ridiculous. So I just wanted to kind of stick somewhat close, but I did go up a needle size just in case. Just for, try to get a little bit closer, but I'm still smaller gauge. Or, yeah. I have more stitches per inch than what he calls for. Right? Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so knitter math. All right, and then last thing I'm going to mention, I feel like Mufasa or like Lion King person with this. And then also this box is new if you are a person who watches and like, what's that right there? So this is just a box from Michaels. It looks like a book, but it's a box, and I just have some yarns in here that I've used part of. So, and it has a seahorse because I think I'm at the beach, and I'm not. I think I'm at the beach, but I'm by the railroad tracks in the woods. So anyways, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and also give this a thumbs up if you liked it. If you feel like any of your friends would enjoy this, please share me with them. I would really appreciate it. And also go follow me on Instagram, and go sign up for my emails on knitinthezone.com so you get alerts whenever I add new things to my fiber shop, or just anything else random that I feel like I'm like, oh, you guys would like this. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I hope you have an awesome weekend and some great knitting happens or crocheting happens for you, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.